So here we have our first non-Avenger Black Widow. So she has the Thunderbolts affiliation across the board. So our first one is Black Widow Widowmaker, 3-cost shield. When fielded, KO target opposing character die with a fielding cost of 0. Yeah, that's relatively useful. You definitely need to knock out a sidekick every time she's fielded. There's also a lot of annoying characters that have 0 on most of their faces, like Oracle from the previous set, as usual, Kobolds, most Swarm characters actually. So yeah, she's alright. I'm curious what some of the other Thunderbolt affiliation characters hold for us. So it could be something that she works better in that set of characters. Then we have Black Widow 2-cost, Graduate of the Red Room. When fielded, target opponent must spin down an opposing character die they choose. I'm assuming that means they spin down one of their own character dice, because the card is being read from your own perspective, so your opponent chooses a character opposed to you that they have to spin down. It seems like it could have been worded a little better, and it's mildly confusing. But regardless, the ability isn't all that exciting anyway, so I don't know if that's really anything I'm going to harp on too much. Then Black Widow Triple Agent, 2-cost. When fielded, deal 1 damage to target opposing character die. So as we had with the Widowmaker, where she could knock something out, here Black Widow Triple Agent sort of does the same thing. This actually could come into play with the global on the basic action we saw before, where if a character's already taken damage, you can deal more damage. So it's not super exciting. It could definitely help take out sidekicks, but I'm not completely in love with it. In general, I actually think these are probably the weakest Black Widows we've seen, but they still might very well have their place on a Thunderbolts team, and they have the same stats as the Black Widow from the Spider-Man set, and really from that set, Stinger, I think, still outshines all 3 of these with her Aftershock ability, but still, it's another Black Widow. And now we have Scarlet Spider, returning after only 1 set. He was last seen in the Amazing Spider-Man set, and now we already have him again. This time, instead of the Spider-Man affiliation, though, he has the New Warriors affiliation. And for those not familiar with the comics, it's actually the New Warriors who sort of start off the whole need for registering the superheroes. It's one of those things that's actually a pretty cool aspect of the story in the comics. So we'll go ahead and start off with Scarlet Spider, former villain, and he has Intimidate. And as I said before, that was when fielded, remove target opposing character die from the field zone until end of turn, place it next to your character cards. Once again, I really like Intimidate. I think it's a fantastic ability. And Scarlet Spider is a pretty big body, so removing a blocker is potentially pretty deadly. So it's a pretty nice card. But I actually like the other Scarlet Spider cards quite a bit too. So Scarlet Spider Redemption, also a 4-cost mask. When Scarlet Spider is active, when an opposing character die is fielded, spin up each of your Scarlet Spider dice 1 level. If you spin up at least 1 Scarlet Spider die, Scarlet Spider deals 1 damage to target opponent. So as long as you have a Scarlet Spider below level 3, you'll spin him up and deal 1 damage to your opponent. And once it gets to level 3, well, that's when you attack with it, and you sort of hope it gets knocked out. So I think that's a kind of cool little ability. And actually the next one has something a little similar. So Scarlet Spider Kane, 5-cost mask. While Scarlet Spider is active, when an opposing character die is fielded, spin up each of your Scarlet Spider dice 1 level. If you spin up at least 1 Scarlet Spider die, draw a die and put it into your prep area. So we have a nice little bit of ramp there. Granted, you're only going to be able to do it once per turn, but it's on your opponent's turn. It's always good to have the ramp in a set, especially in these newer sets. World's Finest seemed like it was really lacking in ways of getting ramp. Here we have Scarlet Spider already. Granted, you're not going to see him available to you in draft for ramp, but if you're doing Civil War only constructed, well, there you go, you've got a method of ramp. Granted, he's a 5-cost, so it's a little harder to get to him, but still, not too bad. I kind of like the 4-cost a little better, because you're definitely going to be dealing damage to your opponent, but really all 3 of these are pretty decent. Alright, and we're back with the next pack opening. Melissa's super excited, so better not delay too much here.
Okay, we got... I'm not sure. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm not sure what that is. And I'm not sure. Oh.
Bullseye?
No, it can't be Bullseye.
Is Taskmaster in this?
It's Punisher. That's kind of... Oh, they're... Okay, it's like it's bullets in his brain. Okay, so we got Punisher, Unlikely Ally, Intimidate for 4, and then Baron Zemo. So what, does he have a good guy and bad guy affiliation?
Yeah, so Thunderbolts, and I'm pretty sure Thunderbolts and villain affiliation. So when fielded, if you control an active character die with resistance, move a die from your used pile to the your prep area. Actually, yeah, he could be pretty cool. I mean, helping move stuff over. That ability is usually done with stuff with like knockout, like we did with like Iron Fist. So that's actually a pretty nice ability. And the Punisher, Intimidate is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Intimidate. When fielded, remove target opposing character die from the field zone until end of turn. Place it next to your character cards. So,
I'm still hoping for if there's like a 3-cost Intimidate, I think that would be awesome.
There's still a 4-cost there. And, I mean, he's got some really good attack stats. 4, 5, and 6. His defense is really low, though, so he's going to be susceptible to Magic Missile. But still, he's looking pretty nice. I like him. And yeah, both of those are common.